You look across the table at the love of your life, enjoying a beautiful meal at a beautiful restaurant in a beautiful city. The candlelight is softly glowing, and the waiter brings out the glistening champagne glasses when you notice this sitting in your glass. This is it. This is the moment that everybody dreams of, and you just experienced the most magical moment of your life. But when you look around the room, people are staring at you. Not in excitement or happiness for you, but because they're confused and curious. Legally, your relationship cannot be recognized as a legitimate union. But why? Because you're in a same-sex relationship. Let's talk about why this is a problem in today's cultural society. Times are changing, and what's considered socially acceptable is constantly adjusting, which is why a law banning same-sex marriage is wrong. An expectation of what marriage is has evolved over the years. It used to be acceptable for girls to be married by the age of 15 or even younger. Interracial marriages were considered unacceptable, and what used to define a traditional marriage is now obsolete. Now that we know why this is a problem, let's discuss some specific reasons that have caused this problem to expand over time. Every individual lives by a set of rules that come from multiple different texts and documents that can be misconstrued from one person to another. The Constitution can be defined as a system of beliefs and laws by which a country, state, or organization is governed. The U.S. Supreme Court ruled in 1974's Cleveland Board of Education versus LaFleur that the freedom of personal choice in matters of marriage and family life is one of the liberties protected by the Due Process Clause. There are some people who are offended by same-sex marriage because of the Bible. This should not be a factor, because not everybody practices the same religion. If we're describing religions, sinning is part of life, and everybody has the right to sin in their own way. Divorce is also considered a sin in reference to the Bible, but there are an innumerable amount of religious people who get divorced every single day. Now that we've taken a look at the written word, let's move on to social aspects. In today's society, being a homosexual is much more common than in the past, and it could teach all of us a lot of important lessons. By not allowing same-sex couples to marry, we are openly allowing discrimination. This is unacceptable. Allowing same-sex marriage could teach a whole generation that discrimination of race, religion, and sexual orientation of any kind is not tolerable. Gay couples are legally able to adopt. This shows us that these men and women have been deemed acceptable parents, so why would we not allow them to be married? If more couples were able to marry, then more gay couples would be more willing to adopt, which leads to less children in foster care. Marriage is not a privilege. Cheryl Wittstein of the Washington Times states, "Marriage is a common good, not a special interest. Special interests should not have the right to redefine marriage for all of us." In conclusion, banning same-sex marriage is not fitting to this day and age. The United States Constitution, our set of rules to live by, says nothing about banning gay marriage. It is our responsibility to ensure that all men and women are entitled to their rights. Heterosexuals shouldn't feel entitled to marry or privileged in any way. Allowing same-sex marriage will teach future generations important lessons that current generations have not yet learned. The time has come that we stop fighting and join together as one nation for a common good. Thank you.